again. We have to set things up as we go along because I want to make sure that you can see and everything. Magic has been a hobby of mine for most of my life, along with music. And actually it's created somewhat of a problem because people say, well, what do you do? I said, well, I'm a magician. And I said, I also like to play music. So what do you do? Are you a musician? No, I'm a magician. Well, are you a magician or a musician? And I really didn't know. On the way over here, I was thinking, what do you call someone who's what do you get when you cross a musician with a musician? You get a musician with a musician, a magician. It's very perplexing to me. What is a musician? Maybe it's somebody who plays music no one can understand. I don't know. But whatever the case, it was something to think about. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But I'm a magician now. And I'd like to show you how I prove to people that I'm a magician. I use 6 playing cards. You have to watch this very carefully. I hope you can hear me. I'll talk a little bit, but the most important thing is to watch what I do. I'm going to count the 6 playing cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I counting too fast, or is that all right? It's okay? 1, can you see? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playing cards. Now, in order to show that I'm a magician, I'd like to perform an illusion for you. So what I'm going to do is remove 3 playing cards. 1, 2, 3. And this is the illusion. That's a pretty good illusion. Because you see I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playing cards. It's a very convincing illusion. Would you like to see that again? So try it again. Remove 3 playing cards. 1, 2, 3. Now people don't see the trick. I put them over. Still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playing cards. That makes no sense. Because if you had 6 playing cards and you take away 1, 2, 3, you should have 1, 2, 3 left. That wouldn't be magical, that would be logical. But to make it magical, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left. So, let's see if we can take away 1, 2, 3 cards and see what happens. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left. I thank you very much. You like card effects? I like card effects very much. The problem is, when you're doing card effects with people, especially in an auditorium like this, it's very hard to see these little cards. I mean, you have to have pretty good eyesight to spot that card. However, for this group, I brought along some much larger playing cards that I can use to illustrate and show you this wonderful effect. Now, back in the late 1800s, there was a con game developed called the 3-card Monte. The word Monte means swindle. It means swindle. It involved the use of 2 black cards and an ace. And the object of the game is, someone will come up to you and they say, how'd you like to make a little extra money? All you have to do is keep your eye on where the ace is. And they would take the cards and turn them over and mix them up a little bit, like this. And then the con man says, well, now I'm going to show you these cards again so you can see them. And there's the ace over here. Now what he would do is he would say, now I'm going to take these cards and turn them over very slowly. Don't do anything fast. And I'll even put my hands on that ace. You can see where it is. I turn the card over. He says, now I'm going to put the cards down on a table. I don't have a table. I have to use this stand in order to illustrate this. So I'm going to put down the card. So he says, there's the ace. I'm going to put that down like that. And then he puts down the other two cards. And he says, now if you want to make a little extra money, all you have to do is find the ace. Well, I mean, if I had 10 bucks, I'd put my money on this card because I saw him put the card down. Oh, I would have lost my money. Oh, what a shame. And he would have given me great sympathy and said, well, let's shuffle up the cards again and see what happens. We turn it over. He said, well, here we have it again. He says, there's the ace. He says, you can see it right there. I says, because you're a nice guy, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll take the ace by itself and I'll put it down right like that. And I'm even going to show you the other two cards. He says, now, he says, I'll take the 3 and I'll put it over here. And I'll take the 2 and I'll put it over here. And I'm going to give you a chance to make some more money. So we're going to put your $10. Well, if I had 10 bucks, I mean, I saw the ace here by itself. This is where I would put my money. But, oh, I would have lost my money again. How sad. And thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that. It's taken me 45 years to learn how to do it. The con man has a heart of gold. He says, you know, you look like such a nice person. He says, I'm going to give you another chance. He says, let's do double or nothing. He says, I'm going to put the ace down. I'll tell you about, maybe we're using too many cards. You know what I mean? Maybe we have too many cards here. So I'm going to take one of the cards. I'll take the 3, and I'll put that here by itself. And I'll show you the ace and the 2. But you got to let me mix them up a little bit because, after all, I have to make a living too. You know what I mean? He says, which one of these 2 cards do you think is the ace? Do you think it's this one, or do you think it's this one? Now remember, it's double or nothing. So how many think it's this one? One person, 2 people, good. Oh, you would have lost your money. Well, now the other folks know where the ace is. Oh, how sad. Too bad you would have lost your money. But this old scam is called the 3-card Monte, and my parting advice to you is, if you see somebody walking around with 3 big cards saying, hey, how'd you like to learn a little extra money? Say, no thanks, I'm not a gambling person. Have a nice day.
Before we go on, I'd just like to introduce my son, Aaron, here.
Hello.
I was explaining the basic concept of our group is your retirees. Aaron is an exception. He's still working full-time.
I am not retired, but jealous.
And how long have you been playing drums, Aaron? Give us a little summary of that.
On and off for about 10 years, I guess.
You didn't start when you were a youngster, like Rick did. Rick, when did you start playing trumpet? 12 years old? And how about you, Hunter? When did you start on the piano?
Last week.
He's pretty bad, actually. No, I think he was telling us earlier. He's played his whole life long, but he didn't take lessons. He just learned it. But Aaron, you started at what age was that again?
Well, it's probably about 30, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of picked it up at age 30. And how do you find time to practice? Because I know you're very busy with 5 children.
5 children. I have lots of dependents, that's why I'm not retired here.
That's one reason. Yeah.
This guy down here eats a lot. He doesn't look like it, but he does.
Henry, your son Henry.
I find time after the kids go to bed, usually.
I think you told me once, though, that when you're getting ready to go out to a restaurant,
right.
What was that again?
Yeah, one day I got sick of waiting for my wife to get ready, and she always takes another 20 minutes, but she looks spectacular. So any of you who know,
Lydia, she's
you know, it's worth the wait. But I decided I needed a hobby, and if I could harness that 20 minutes every day of my life, sometimes multiple times, I could be a brain surgeon. You bet.